Good morning, students. Today, let us learn a new topic, that is direct and indirect speech. What is direct and indirect speech? In communication, if you are using the exact words of the speaker, if you are quoting the exact words of the speaker, that is direct speech. And in indirect speech, we don't take the exact words of the speaker. We take only the exact meaning of his words. So today, let us study about direct and indirect speech. So we will go for many rules with regard to this with enough examples. Direct, indirect speech. Direct speech. He said, I am busy now. Indirect speech. He said that he was busy then. So direct speech is exact words of the speaker, because we know there are enough punctuation marks, and in indirect speech we do not have these punctuation marks. So these punctuation marks tell us that these are exact words of the speaker. Along with that, there are more changes in the sentence. So we will see more. Now, features of direct and indirect sentences. Direct. In direct speech, we use the actual words of the speaker within inverted commas. The first characteristic is, in direct speech, we use the actual words of the speaker within double inverted commas. Then, reported speech begins with a capital letter. Reported speech begins with a capital letter. Example. So here you see, he said, I am busy now. In indirect speech, he said that he was busy then. So in direct speech, we see here. So he said, in the sentence, he said, I am busy now. What is reporting verb? Said is the reporting verb. I am busy now is the reported speech. We must have the clear difference, we have to distinguish between these two. Said is reporting verb. Am is the tense of the, it is a verb. So here you get the tense of the verb. Okay, there will be change for this in the indirect speech. Okay, let us see more. The reported speech is separated by a comma from the reporting verb. In the previous sentence we have seen, he said, I am busy now. After he said is the reporting verb, and after the reporting verb, before the reported speech, we use a comma. He said, comma, I am busy now. The reported speech is separated by a comma from the reporting verb. So we have the reporting verb first. So after the reporting verb, we have comma. Then we have the reported speech. So we have a comma in between reporting verb and reported speech. Now coming to indirect speech. So here inverted commas are not used. All the punctuation marks such as question mark, exclamation mark, comma, etc. are not used. Then in reported speech, we introduce. So reported speech is introduced by that. Okay, that, the conjunction that is used for starting the reported speech. And the next one is, tense of the reporting verb is not changed. We are talking about the tense of the reporting verb. The same example. He said, I am busy now. He said is the reporting verb. So there is no change for the reporting verb set. Now, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences are put as statements. So, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences are put as statements. In indirect speech, these changes are made. So, let us see more rules. So, rules for the change of direct into indirect speech. The first rule: if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is not changed. So, what is this rule? If the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, we are talking about reporting verb, not about reported speech. So, if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is not changed. So, here we have the example, direct speech. He says, I am ready. So, what is the indirect speech of that? He says that he is ready. He says, in the direct speech we have seen, he says, I am ready. And in indirect speech, he says, we did not change the reporting verb. He says that he is ready. Now, another example. So, this is the first example we have seen is in that reporting verb is present tense, says. That is used in present tense, simple present. Here in this example you will see in direct speech, he will say, I am ready. He will say, we know it is simple future. He will say, I am ready. In indirect speech we see, he will say that he is ready. Will say, that is not removed. There is no change for will say. So what is the rule? Present, reporting verb, simple present or simple future of the reporting verb will not be changed. Now moving to the second rule. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, take note, reporting verb is in the past tense. The tense of the verb in that case, if the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed into one of the forms of the past tense. So this rule, if the reporting verb is in past tense, so most of the sentences we are going to see in this with regard to this. So there the reporting verb will be past tense. So in such cases, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed into, so what is the tense of the verb in the reported speech? In the reported speech portion, the tense, the verb that we see, the tense of the verb in the reported speech part, we have a verb. Surely we have a verb. So what is the tense of that verb? So with regard to that we speak here. The tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed into one of the forms of the past tense. In the reported speech, if in direct speech, if shall is given, okay, that will be in indirect speech, that shall will be changed into should. Then we have some more verbs such as will, may, can, come, is coming, has come, has been coming, etc. So what are the changes going to happen to these words? The tense, these are all verbs, so we are auxiliary verbs. So we are going to use these in the indirect speech with necessary changes. So these are used in the direct speech. So we are going to use them with necessary changes in indirect speech. we are going to change the tense of these words. So shall become should, will become would, may will become might. So what is the change going to happen to can? Can will become could. Come is going to change into came. Is coming will change into was coming. Has come becomes had come. Has been coming, that becomes had been coming. So will become would, may become might, can, could, come, came, is coming, becomes was coming. Has come becomes had come. Has been coming becomes had been coming. Now we will see other major changes with regard to the tense. The tense of the verb in the reported speech. So here simple present, the sentence, okay, in the sentence in the reported speech, if the verb is simple present, in indirect speech that verb becomes simple past. For example, he said, I write a novel. So that is direct speech. He said, comma, with double inverted commas, or in double inverted commas we see these words, I write a novel. He said, I write a novel. That is direct speech. In indirect speech, we change it into, he said that he wrote a novel. I write a novel. I write, simple present. So that get changed into wrote. Simple present becomes simple past. I write a novel became he wrote a novel. Wrote. Write becomes wrote. Simple present becomes simple past. So first rule is simple present changes into simple past. What changes here? In the reported speech, the verb get changed. The tense of the verb get changed. Simple present becomes simple past. Second, present continuous is changed to past continuous. So present continuous changes to past continuous. For example, he said, I am writing a novel. He said, I am writing a novel. This direct speech is going to get changed into indirect as he said that he was writing a novel. So, am writing get changed into was writing. I am writing a novel becomes he was writing a novel. We are talking about the tense, change of the tense, not about the change of pronouns. So we focus on the change of tenses here. So what is the change? I am writing change into was writing. Now the next rule is present perfect changes to past perfect. Present perfect in the reported speech, the tense of the verb, if that is present perfect in the direct speech, that changes to past perfect. Example. Okay, what is example? He said, I have written a novel. Present perfect it is. I have written a novel. He said, I have written a novel. So that changes to past perfect. So he said that he had written a novel. Have written changes into had written. The change is have written is changed to had written. Now here the next one we see simple past changes to past perfect. Simple past changes to past perfect. So he said, example, in direct speech, first one is direct speech. He said, I wrote a novel. Simple past. Wrote. I wrote a novel. So what is the indirect speech of this? The indirect speech of this is, he said that he had written a novel. So what is the change here? Simple past changes to past perfect. I wrote changes to had written. He had written a novel. I wrote a novel. Wrote changes to had written. The next rule is past continuous. Okay, past continuous changes to past perfect continuous tense. Past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. So before that, okay, simple past changes to past perfect we have seen. Past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. So what is past continuous changing into past perfect continuous? So for example, I was drawing a picture. Example is I was drawing a picture. So this is direct speech. He said I was drawing a picture. Past continuous is changed into get changed into past perfect continuous. In that case, what will be indirect speech? So it will be he said that. We know the conjunction that is to be added. He said that he had been drawing a picture. He said that he had been was drawing. Get changed to, okay, was drawing get changed to had been drawing. Was drawing. Had been drawing a picture. So next one. So the last one was past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. There we saw the example was drawing get changed to had been drawing. Okay, I was drawing a picture. Okay, he said I was drawing a picture. He said that he had been drawing a picture. Now what about the past perfect tense? Does it get changed to any other form? There is no form. So past perfect tense is used in direct speech. When it gets changed to indirect speech, there is no change for this tense form in the of the verb. So past perfect doesn't get changed in indirect speech. Similarly, past perfect continuous tense also doesn't get changed in the indirect speech. Which are the ones that do not get changed? Past perfect and past perfect continuous tense. So both these tenses, okay, in the reported speech, those verbs in whatever, okay, the tenses are given in the past perfect form, past perfect continuous in direct speech, but when they get changed in indirect speech, there is no change for the verb forms. Now coming to the third rule. If the reported speech expresses some universal truth, so here we are talking about universal truth or habitual action, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is not changed into past. So it is unlike the other examples. So here reported speech expresses some universal truth or habitual action. The tense of the verb in the reported speech is not changed into past but remains the same. So here you have the example of a universal truth. He said 2 and 3 makes 5. So he said is the reporting verb. 2 and 3 makes 5 is the reported speech. Makes is the verb used in the reported speech. So 2 and 3 makes 5. In indirect speech we see he said that 2 and 3 makes 5. we are not going to change it into made. So it is universal truth. Why did we change that into past tense? Makes a simple present. Why didn't we change that into simple past? Because it is universal truth. The universal truths are not changed. Okay, when it comes to habitual action, so the example, he said, I go to temple every Tuesday. Indirect speech is, he said that he goes to temple every Tuesday. So, go to. So, here we are not going to make any change, because according to this rule, universal truth or habitual action. So the verb in these two cases, the verb here it is simple present. So the simple present doesn't get changed in the indirect speech. So we make some changes here, that is not according to the rule. Okay, the former rule, so that is according to the pronoun. So here the pronoun used was I. Here it is he. According to that we make the necessary changes. Other than that we don't make other changes. So take note of this note. So this note will tell you when the reporting verb said takes an indirect object, it is changed into told. See, he said. We see many sentences with the he said. But along with the word said, along with the reporting verb said, if there is an object, when the reporting verb said takes an indirect object, it is then changed into told in the indirect speech. There is a change in the indirect speech. Example, we shall go home, he said to me. He said to me, we shall go home. So indirect speech. He told me that they would go home. So here said changes to told. Why this change is made? Because in direct speech, the verb, reporting verb said takes an indirect object, that is me. So we shall go home, he said to me. Here the reporting verb is said. Said takes an indirect object, that is me. Okay, he said to me. So when the reporting verb takes an indirect object, we don't use said again in indirect speech. We use told. He told me that they would go home. So the next rule is, in the reported speech, the words expressing nearness of time and place are changed into words showing distance. So this rule, fourth rule says, in the reported speech, the words expressing nearness of time, okay, nearness of time and nearness of place. So they are, nearness of time and place are changed into words showing distance. Okay. In the direct speech we find the word showing nearness of time, nearness of place, etc. But that will be changed into word showing distance in indirect speech. So here we have a list of words. So those words. So now in direct speech, if we have used now, when we change that into indirect speech, that now will have changed into then. If this was there in the direct speech, when we change that into indirect speech, that this changes to that. Here changes to there. So words of nearness. In the direct speech we have words of nearness. In the indirect speech we change them into words of farness. Now into then, this into that, here into there, these into those, hence into thence. Thus get changed into so. Hereby changes to thereby. Ago changes to before. Come changes to go. And today changes to that day. Yesterday, that changes to the previous day. So take note of these words. Yesterday changes to the previous day. So when we change from direct to indirect, when we make changes, so everything should be changed. Not some of the words get changed. All the necessary words should be changed. So these words of nearness should be also changed to words of farness. So that those words that show nearness, near, that will be taken as words of farness. Yesterday changes to the previous day. Tonight changes to that night. Last night changes to the previous night. Okay, what's the change for tomorrow? Tomorrow will be changed to the next day. Tomorrow will be changed to the next day. And next month is going to change, or next month gets changed to the following month. So these are the important words we find, words of nearness getting changed to words of farness. Some examples. He said, it is raining now. What is the indirect speech of that? He said that it was raining then. Now changes to then. So here you find now, word of nearness changes to word of farness then. Now into then. Another example. She said it may rain tonight. Tonight. So she said that in the indirect speech we see she said that it might rain that night. So tonight changes to that night. So there is something to be noted here. So a note. Please make a note. If this, now, here, etc. refer to the same object, same time or same place that is present to the speaker while speaking, then no change is made to these words in indirect speech. So let us see once again what is the rule. If this, now, here, these are all words of nearness, showing words of nearness. If these words, this, now, here, etc. refer to the same object, same time or same place that is present to the speaker while speaking. So what do we mean by this? So for example, we say in the direct speech we use this, and when we make the indirect speech we are not going away and later we don't say, we say it thus at the same time. Okay, now at the same time we are going to repeat that into, change into indirect speech. Okay, just after, just soon we are going to change into indirect speech. So in that case, okay, this now here refer to the same object, same time or same place. If that is the case, okay, that is case, then no change is made to these words in indirect speech. Examples. He said, I will do it now or never. So this sentence says, he said, I will do it now or never. The indirect speech is, he said that he would do it now or never. Why do we again use now in indirect speech? Because it is not another context. In another context this word is used now. In the same context, just after that, he said that he would do it now or never. Now. Okay, now means that is indicating time. Okay, it is not later. It is not at another context, another time we are using. So at the same place, same time. Okay, in that case, in indirect speech, these words like now, here, this, etc. They don't get changed. Another example. She said, my book is here. Here we have used the word here, and in indirect speech, she said that her book was here. Okay, the indirect speech is also used in the same place. Here is a word indicating place. So, indirect speech is also used spoken in the same place here. So, that is why we are using the word here again. So, now with regard to this, we use the word this in direct speech. This is the house I like, he said. Okay, he said, this is the house I like. So he said that this was the house. This, okay, indicating the same. This, okay, this is the house. We are not talking about any other house. So he said that this was the house he liked. So now moving to the next rule. So that is fifth rule, pronouns and possessive adjectives. The fifth rule says pronouns such as he, she. Pronouns and possessive adjectives of the first and second persons. We are talking about pronouns and possessive adjectives of the first and second persons. So in direct speech, okay, are changed into third person in indirect speech. So this first person pronouns and possessive adjectives, they get changed into indirect speech. How they get changed? Into third person. So here you can see pronouns I and you. So I and you singular. Okay, only they are singular ones. So they will be in direct speech. In the direct speech they will be used. I will be used, you will be used in the direct speech. But when they get changed into indirect speech, I, you get changed into he or she. And possessive words, possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns like my or your, they are singular. They will get changed into his or her. Similarly, we and you, which are plural, they will get changed to they. Possessive ones, our, your, which are plural, okay, these are possessive ones, they get changed to the word their. John said, I have been cheated. So, in this direct speech, okay, we see John said, I have been cheated. So what is indirect speech? John said that he had been cheated. So I changed it to third person he. Okay, that is his rule. And next example is, she said, my ring is stolen. What is the sentence? She said, my ring is stolen. So this is possessive one. So she said that my changed to her. Okay, first person possessive changes to third person possessive. So she said my ring is stolen changes to she said that her ring was stolen. So this was fifth rule we have, with enough example we have seen. Now moving to the sixth rule. If the person addressed reports the speech, the second person is changed to first. What does the sixth rule says? If the person addressed reports the speech, the second person is changed to first. Example, he said to me, you are a clever boy. In the indirect speech, see, he told me that I was a clever boy. Who is reporting here? The first person is reporting. So in the direct speech, he said to me, you are a clever boy. So in the indirect speech, we see he told me that I was a clever boy. Who is reporting here? First person. That is why here you changes to the first person I. you are a clever boy changes to I was a clever boy. You changes to I. So he told me that I was a clever boy. So now the important rules with regard to direct indirect speech we have seen. But let me tell you that these all example what we have seen. So that is based. These are based on statements or assertive sentences. Okay. In the next class, in tomorrow's class, we are going to study changes from direct to indirect with regard to interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. Okay. I hope that all of you have got your textbooks. So we may make use also our textbooks. So here there are some examples. So here there are some homework to be homeworks to be completed. So homework, change into indirect speech. So let us note down this homework. First question is, she said to me, you have made a mistake in your statement. So take down the homework. So you have to change them into indirect speech. The first one is, she said to me, comma, double inverted commas, you have made a mistake in your statement. Second question, Roger said, comma, double inverted commas, I know their address. Roger said, comma, double inverted commas, I know their address. Third question, she said, comma, double inverted commas, I shall submit my work as soon as I can. She said, comma, I shall submit my work as soon as I can. Close the double inverted commas, full stop. So fourth question, the poet said, comma, double inverted commas, sweet are the uses of adversity. The poet said, comma, double inverted commas, sweet are the uses of adversity. Fifth question, the lady said, comma, double inverted commas, I have not been able to finish my work this evening. The lady said, comma, double inverted commas, I have not been able to finish my work this evening. Full stop, double inverted commas. Sixth question is, he said, comma, double inverted commas, I have passed the examination. He said, I have passed the examination. So now the seventh question is, he said to me, comma, double inverted commas, I can easily beat you in studies. Seventh question is, he said to me, comma, double inverted commas, I can easily beat you in studies. So now, eighth question, she said, It is time we think of settling this issue. She said, comma, double inverted commas. It is time we think of settling this issue. Now, ninth question. Mayo said to his teacher, comma, double inverted commas, I am going out with some friends. Mayo said to his teacher, comma, double inverted commas, I am going out with some friends. And the last one is 10. I have acted wisely, said Amit, in what I did. I repeat, starting with double inverted commas. I have acted wisely, close the double inverted commas, comma, said Amit, comma, again double inverted commas, in what I did. I have acted wisely, comma, double inverted commas, said Amit, comma, again double inverted commas, in what I did. So other than this, in your total English book, you have more exercises, more assignments. So by next week, as you are able to get the textbooks these days, I hope that you will complete more assignments in relation to this direct, indirect. So in the previous class, I had given you some homeworks. So let us discuss the answers of those questions. So it was subject verb agreement questions. The first one, to take pay and then not to do work dash dishonest. The answer is. Second question, the cost of all these articles dash risen. The answer can be either was or is. Third question, the jury dash divided in their opinions. Here answer is either are or were. Fourth question, that night every one of the boat's crew dashed down with fever. The answer is was. Fifth question, one or the other of those fellows dash stolen the watch. Here the answer is has. Sixth question, the strain of all the difficulties and vexations and anxieties dash more than he could bear. The answer is was. 7. No news dash good news. No news is good news. 8. The accountant and the cashier dash absconded. The accountant and the cashier have absconded. A good man and useful citizen dash has passed away. 10. The famous juggler and conjurer dash too unwell to perform. The answer is either is or was. 11. The Three Musketeers dash written by Dumas. The answer is was. 12. Each of the suspected men dash arrested. Is or was arrested. 13. The ebb and flow of the tides dash explained by Newton. Was explained by Newton. 14. 90 rupees dash too much for this bag. 90 rupees is. 15. The cow as well as the horse dash grass. eats grass. 16. Neither his father nor his mother dash alive. Is alive. 17. There dash many objections to the plan. There are. 18. 2/3 of the city dash in ruins. Is in ruins. 19. The formation of paragraphs dash very important. Is very important. And the last one, man's happiness or misery dash in a great measure in his own hands. The answer is. So thank you very much. Come prepared for the next class.